Love, 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 how you love to hate me.
Hello guys, it's me again, Jas. So for today's vlog, we will talk about justice. So what is justice? The term justice is derived from the Latin word justitia, which means joining or fitting or of band or tie. It is a concept of moral rightness based on ethics, rationality, law, religion, equity, and fairness. It is also the legal or philosophical theory by which fairness is administered. According to Charles Merriam, justice consists of a system of understanding and procedures, through which each is accorded what is agreed upon as fair. According to Barker, justice is the reconciler and the synthesis of political values. It is their union in an adjusted and integrated whole. Whereas Saint Simon quoted also that, from each according to his capacity, to each according to his need. It is difficult to give a precise meaning of the term justice. Political thinkers and jurists had given different meanings and definitions. The reason for this is that the contents and implications of justice differ from country to country and also from time to time. In the ordinary sense, justice means to give an aggrieved party what is due to it, and punish an individual or a group of individuals or an agency whenever offense is committed. In the narrow sense, the meaning of justice is associated with a legal system and legal process in a society. In this sense, it is related to the settlement of disputes through judicial bodies. Then we also have characteristics of justice. First we have is the human welfare. It is primarily a matter of education, health, and income, as reflected in the HDI, a composite of three social welfare variables, a long and healthy life, acquisition of knowledge, and a decent standard of living. Next we have is ethical concept. Ethics are also called moral philosophy. It is the discipline concerned with what is morally good and bad and morally right and wrong. Another characteristics of justice is changeability, fulfillment of reasonable interest, performance of duties, to provide everybody his reasonable share, and lastly, justice is related to values prevailing in society. Then we have basic postulates of justice. First is truth, uniform values, equality before law, liberty, and impartiality. Another basic postulates of justice is respect of individuals' ability and capability. Protective discrimination is not injustice. Provision of rights, and lastly, fulfillment of basic needs. So there are also kinds of justice or dimensions of justice. First we have is the legal dimension of justice. This is the narrow concept of justice and is associated with the legal system and the legal procedure existing in the society. Justice in the legal sense requires the following conditions. First, just and reasonable non-discriminatory law. Second, the administration of justice by free and independent courts. Third, an expensive judicial process. And fourth, court procedure should be simplified and avoid delay in justice. And lastly, there should be a rule of law in the country. Then we also have the following conditions that is necessary to ensure legal justice. First, just law. Second, equality before law. Third, uniform legal system. And fourth, impartial and independent judiciary. Inexpensive and efficient justice. And lastly, democratic organization of legislative bodies. Next is political dimensions of justice. So the following are the conditions which is necessary to ensure political justice, like universal adult franchise, right to contest elections, right to criticize the government, right to form political parties, the right to protest, the right to petition, respect of human right, protection of the interest of minorities, political authority should be based on the consent of the people, democratic system, and lastly, special provisions for the protection of the interest of backward classes and backward tribes. Next is social dimensions of justice. Social justice means to give proper opportunities to every citizen, in every sphere of life, to develop his personality and to end all types of social inequalities. So the following are the conditions which is necessary to ensure social justice. First, equality before law, absence of special rights, prohibitions of discrimination, to end caste system, just distribution of wealth, democratic government, just balance between freedom and social control, social security, provision of equal political rights, protection of interest of minorities, and abolition of social values. Then another is economic dimensions of justice. Economic justice means to provide equal opportunities to everybody to earn his livelihood. It also means to help such people who are not able to work and earn their livelihood. Economic justice implies non-discrimination between man and man on the basis of economic viability, in which it stands for by assuring adequate means of livelihood to all, by making provisions for adequate working conditions, for equal pay for equal work, fair distribution of resources, equal economic opportunities to all people, and etc. And we also have justice as equality. Equality signifies correspondence between a group of different objects, persons, processes, or circumstances that have the same qualities in at least one respect, but not all respects. Then we have types of equality. First, freedom. It is the right to life and the movement. Then, welfare. Protect interest of poor people and affirmative action. And another is resources. It means equal access to the same bundles of consumption and labor and should at least recommend that individuals have bundles they all deem equivalent. Another type of equality is political. Individuals must have the freedom of speech and expressional association. So the aim of justice as inequality is that all people should be treated equally unless there is some significant differences between their cases. Thus, justice and equality require rules to set out how classes of people should be treated. So in conclusion, justice is concerned with human welfare and the protection of reasonable interest. It can be experienced only when each citizen will perform his duties in right perspective. So individual is the subject matter of these concepts. So that's all for today's vlog. I hope you learned something. This is just saying goodbye.
Love, 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 love.